Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, this is Rico. Some fans want to say that Myles Garrett has not made an impact as much as, say, T.J. Watt or Aaron Donald has for their respective teams. But what fans don't realize is that Myles Garrett is a human being, and him getting double and triple teamed by 300-pound offensive linemen is near impossible to beat consistently. Now, the real question is, why hasn't other players on the defensive line took advantage of their one-on-one opportunities? If they could win their opportunities that they get because of Myles being doubled and triple team, then the other team can't focus solely on Myles, and he will start to make an impact if that was to happen. I just want to know your thoughts on the matter. Am I right or wrong in saying that Myles Garrett needs actual help along the defensive line in order for him to make an impact the way that we expect? Thanks.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Ashley, I think that's 100% correct. And some linebackers, JOK is one of them, but you need linebackers too.
Yeah, I think to that caller's question about maybe why haven't we seen some of the other guys take advantage of Myles getting those double and triple teams, I think the two of the guys who I think really would benefit from that, Jadeveon Clowney and, like you said, JOK, they've dealt with injuries a lot this year. And JOK has played really well in his last handful of games. He really started to pick things up after that Baltimore game. Then he got hurt again, had to miss some time. But this past weekend, I thought he played pretty well against the Bills. He was flying all over the place. But then Jadeveon Clowney, of course, has been in and out of the lineup. He hasn't really been able to replicate that 2021 year he had here yet. So it makes it really easy for opposing teams to kind of still zero in on Myles. Now, I will say Alex Wright, he's just a rookie. So that's been, I think, a challenge for him. And you see it in his stats to generate those QB pressures and QB hits. So I think that's definitely an aspect of his game he needs to work on. But he came here as a raw product. I don't know how much they expected him to play. I know they really liked him right away. But he's played a lot for a rookie, and especially considering guys who are ahead of him on that depth chart. I do think a guy like Isaiah Thomas has been able to take advantage in a smaller sample size, but this is a 7th round pick who, has already managed to get a sack or a couple of sacks for you. So I think that's really been the one guy that we can point to that has taken advantage. But I think it's up to the Browns to be a bit more creative with Myles Garrett. Some of those other players he mentioned, like T.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, those game-changing pass rushers, those guys are getting double and triple teamed and chip blocked all the time too. So I think it's about being creative, moving Myles Garrett around, figuring out ways to get him open. I know I forget which game it was now, but there was one point where, they had Alex Wright on the field. They waited till the very last second. He subbed out and Myles Garrett subbed in, and it caused confusion. I would love to see more things like that.
Yeah, you got to make it so that the offensive line doesn't necessarily know where Myles is coming from.